Today we'll be working in my workbook called Preparing to Leave Mount Sinai. This book one is called Census and Formation. There will be another book called Preparing to Leave Mount Sinai for chapters 5 through 10. Anyway, looking quickly at the timeline, we are right here, the 20 days before they start leaving Mount Sinai. Looking at the chapter, table of contents, we have done the first 3 chapters, preparing to count the tribes, the census of the 12 tribes, and this does not include the tribe of Levi, arrangement of the tribal camps around the tabernacle. Now we're going to go in chapter 4. The Levites appointed for God's service, Numbers 3, 1 through 16. This is the account of the family of Aaron and Moses at the time the Lord spoke to Moses at Mount Sinai. Looking at the graph below, which son of Levi does Moses and Aaron come from? It comes from Kohath, the son of Levi, Kohath. Looking at the graph below, which son of Kohath does Moses and Aaron come from? Amram or Amram. Some places have an M on the end, not an N. Who's the oldest, Aaron or Moses? Aaron is. What is their age difference? Moses was 80 years old and Aaron 83 when they spoke to Pharaoh, so they're 3 years different. Somewhere in that time frame between the 3 years, Miriam was born. Do they have a sister? Yes, Miriam. What is her name? Miriam. Since we see that 2 years have passed since they left Egypt, then Moses is 82 and Aaron is 85 and Miriam is somewhere in between. Where is the census taken? And this is going to be at Mount Sinai. They have not left Mount Sinai yet. Interestingly, this is not really the account of the family of Aaron and Moses as it is of the Levite family. However, Aaron and Moses are the most prominent members. Although Aaron's direct line are designated as priests, Moses' direct line, his sons Gershom and Eleazar from Zipporah, are only part of the Kohathites. They are not leaders like their father. Numbers 3:2. The names of the sons of Aaron were Nadab, the firstborn, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Those were the names of Aaron's sons, the appointed priests who were ordained to serve as priests. Nadab and Abihu, however, died before the Lord when they made an offering with unauthorized fire before him in the desert of Sinai. They have no sons, so Eleazar and Ithamar serve as priests during the lifetime of their father Aaron. Who were the 4 sons of Aaron? Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Which ones died? Nadab and Abihu. Why did they die? Because they offered strange fire. And here I'm just looking for something real quick. Did Nadab and Abihu have any sons? No, they did not. Therefore, since all the priests come from the line of Aaron, then all the priests have to come from what sons? Eleazar and Ithamar. Okay. And the scripture that talks a little more about Nadab and Abihu's death is Leviticus 10, 1 through 2. Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, took their censers, put fire in them, and added incense. They offered unauthorized fire before the Lord, contrary to his command. So fire came out from the presence of the Lord and consumed them, and they died before the Lord. Genesis 3:5. The Lord said to Moses, "Bring the tribe of Levi and present them to Aaron the priest to assist him. They are to perform duties for him and for the whole community at the tent of meeting by doing the work of the tabernacle. They are to take care of all the furnishings of the tent of meeting, fulfilling the obligation of the Israelites by doing the work of the tabernacle. The Levites will have several duties. They will assist Aaron the priest. They will do the work of the tabernacle. They will take care of all the furnishings of the tent of meeting, and they fulfill the obligations of the Israelites." Number 2, is there another responsibility of the Levites not mentioned above but listed in Leviticus below? What is it? They will teach the Israelites all the decrees of the Lord. They also will be in charge of music and are gatekeepers, at least from the reign of David forward. A priest is a Levite, but are all Levites priests? No. Only the descendants of Aaron are priests. Moses and all the other Levites are not priests, they're Levites only. Numbers 3:9. Give the Levites to Aaron and his sons. They are the Israelites who are to be given wholly to him. Appoint Aaron and his sons to serve as priests. Anyone else who approaches the sanctuary is to be put to death. Aaron, his sons, and all of their sons are Levites, but they are also priests. Any Levites not directly descended from Aaron are not priests, nor could they ever be. Looking at the picture below, other than the sanctuary and the tent of meeting, what is another name for this place? Tabernacle. Could the Levites that weren't priests be allowed in the courtyard? Yes. Could any member of the other tribes be allowed in the courtyard? Yes. Therefore, everyone is allowed in the courtyard, but only the priests were allowed in the tabernacle. So the scriptures we have support that is 2 Chronicles 29:16. The priests went into the sanctuary of the Lord to purify it. They brought out to the courtyard of the Lord's temple everything unclean that they found in the temple of the Lord. The Levites took it and carried it out. So then we know that the Levites can go into the courtyard. Leviticus 17:1-4. The Lord said to Moses, Speak to Aaron and his sons and to all the Israelites and say to them, This is what the Lord has commanded. Any Israelite who sacrifices an ox, a lamb, or a goat in the camp or outside of it, instead of bringing it to the entrance to the tent of meeting to present it as an offering to the Lord in front of the tabernacle of the Lord, that person shall be considered guilty of bloodshed. They've shed blood and must be cut off from their people. So we know that people can be involved inside the courtyard too. Numbers 3:11. The Lord also said to Moses, I have taken the Levites from among the Israelites in place of the first male offspring of every Israelite woman. The Levites are mine, for all firstborn are mine. When I struck down all the firstborn in Egypt, I set apart for myself every firstborn in Israel, whether human or animal. They are to be mine. I am the Lord. What has the Lord taken the Levites in replacement of? The Lord has taken the Levites in replacement of the first male offspring of every Israelite woman. Based on the scriptures below, why were all the firstborn of the Israelites gods? Exodus 13:1-2, 14b and 15. The Lord said to Moses, Consecrate to me every firstborn male. The first offspring of every womb among the Israelites belongs to me, whether human or animal. With a mighty hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt and out of the land of slavery. When Pharaoh stubbornly refused to let us go, the Lord killed the firstborn of both people and animals in Egypt. This is why I sacrifice to the Lord the first male offspring of every womb and redeem each of my firstborn sons. Because they were redeemed. The firstborn of Egypt were all killed, and the firstborn of the Israelites are gods because they were redeemed from being killed. Based on Genesis below was Levi, Jacob's firstborn. Genesis 29:31-35. When the Lord saw that Leah was not loved, he enabled her to conceive, but Rachel remained childless. Leah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She named him Reuben, for she said, It's become because the Lord has seen my misery. Surely my husband will love me now. She conceived again, and when she gave birth to a son, she said, Because the Lord heard that I'm not loved, he gave me this one too. So she named him Simeon. Again she conceived, and when she gave birth to a son, she said, Now at last my husband will become attached to me, because I have borne him 3 sons. So he was named Levi. Was Levi Jacob's firstborn? Absolutely not. They were picked solely because of their stand in Exodus 32, which we talked about before. Numbers 3:14. The Lord said to Moses in the desert of Sinai, Count the Levites by their family and clans. Count every male a month old or more. So Moses counted them as he was commanded by the word of the Lord. What tribe is Moses to count now? The Levites. The other tribes were counted for military purposes. For them, every male 20 years old or older were counted. For the Levites, Moses was to count every male from what age forward? From 1 month old or more. The Levites were to be counted by their families and clans. What are the three clans? They are the Kohathites, the Gershonites, and the Merarites. Looking at the scripture below, how old did a Levite have to be put to work? Men 25 years old or more shall take part in the work of meeting. Why then did God want to count from 1 month old and older? I don't know at this time. I think later we do discover why, but I don't know at this time. So now we come to the crossword. Anyone who approaches the sanctuary that is not a priest is to be put to death. That's number 4, death. 6, the sons of Aaron are Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Number 7, who is Moses and Aaron's father? Amram. 8, what tribe is Moses and Aaron from? Levi. 10, what clan is Moses and Aaron from? Kohath. 1 down, the Levites were taken in place of the first male child. First male, offspring of every Israelite woman. 2, the one duty not shown but was responsibility of the Levites was to teach the Israelites all the decrees. 3, the 2 sons of Aaron that died were Nadib, and Abihu. Only all the direct descendants of Aaron are priests. Moses was to count the Levites from 1 month old or older. So that's the end of this chapter, and I hope you will continue in the story of Numbers. Thank you.